Shut up and sit down.
Hello, gang. Colin here, Festa 67's workshop. Guru will be back in a minute. He's just sorting his mum out because literally as we was about to go live, she wants to go to bed now. So he'll be back in a minute. But it gives me a chance to do me pimpage without him interrupting me. So here goes at it, folks. If you would like to help keep this channel alive and the content coming, you can support me at patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button below this or any of my other video content and become a channel member. That will get you access to the Zoom 24/7 off-air hangout, folks, and also gets you access to the link to come and join me on a Sunday when we do our Sunday Festa and Friends shows. So consider that. You can also help keep the channel going by doing a super chat by clicking the $sign below, and that helps me out and then puts a little bit of coin in the kitty to help me get paints and stuff like that and pay for all of this, folks. So yes, we are back. Apologies to everyone for my sudden absence, but I ended up getting quickly admitted to hospital for a procedure because things weren't so great. So I'm on the mend, but going forward for the next few weeks at least, any shows I do will be a couple of hours max at the moment because I'm under strict guidance from the wife to try to be a good boy. So she's letting me go live at the moment, but I need to be restricted. So Fox has kindly agreed to kick my backside when I'm live, and the guys in the hangout are kicking it when I'm in the hangout. So big thanks to all of you that reached out to inquire what was going on. I won't go into any more detail, just to say that I'm on the mend, and that's, yeah, so we're back.
I never miss a chance to kick him in the ass.
Absolutely. So yes, so massive thanks to you all for asking. And talking of you all, let's have a looky-loo in the chat without knocking over your pot of paint, Cole. So you start as you mean to go on, so
don't knock your paint over, love.
Yeah, take note, I'm scrolling up. Yeah.
I need a stiff drink.
You need. Oh,
Hello,
I wondered what you was going to say then.
Steady, Dennis.
Yeah. Could you let me know in the chat that audio and video is fine as well? Marcus is in saying out. Hello, Colin, Fox, and all in chat. Hello, Marcus. Hope you're doing well, mate. Graham McRobert is in. Says hi, Marcus. Hope you're well. Connie is in, he says, she says, hi, Colin, excuse me, Colin, Marcus and Graham. Hello, Connie, how you doing? Athol says, good evening, Marcus, Colin, Graham, Connie, presumably Fox, and whoever else ambles in.
I'm left out there, aren't I? I feel sad now.
Oh, do you want to pull your collar up and do the walking away music, mate?
Yeah, go on, hang on.
Yeah. There you go. Connie says hello to Athol. Athol says, are you feeling any better and still restricting your hours? Yes, I'm feeling a hell of a lot, a lot better, as Fox will test, because I was a bit derpy when I got let back out, mate, wasn't I?
You're a little bit...
Yeah, the words woob and boob and Christ knows what may have been uttered in Messenger. So if any of you out there got weird messages from me, I do apologise now, but I might have been a little bit stoned.
He even sent me funny messages on Xbox Live as well, which was weird.
No.
I've never heard it called one of those before.
Yeah, I'll be restricting my hours for probably about the next month. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Fox saying, good evening, one and all. Prepare your listening holes. Yes. Can't guarantee that silliness won't happen, because I've had a few weeks away, see, and I'm like a little coiled spring of silliness at the moment.
Well, I mean, we can't guarantee that any modelling will happen, so we may as well not guarantee any sensibleness.
Absolutely. Athol's got a question for you. He says, hello, Fox. He says, how goes the gaming in space? How are you getting on with Starfield, mate?
Oh, love it.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
He may have been spending how many hours a day on it? Yeah.
Actually, I haven't really had that much chance to play much of it at all.
He says, this is the bloke who sends me screenshots. I am currently on Mars. Yeah, he is an
Yeah, I might get like an hour. I might get an hour here or there in a day, but normally I'd be spending like 11, 12 hours in a game every day like that. But
absolutely.
Thank you.
James is in the chat saying
Hi,
hello,
James.
JC Bricks and Builds. Good evening, morning, Colin Foxx and all in chat. Festa hugs and Fox hugs. Hugs to you, James. Hugs to Alicia and hugs to Shania.
Mm-hmm.
The lovely, delectable and delightful John Alex how.Models is in, says I, Colin, and all in chat. John's now awkwardly sitting at home going, stop it.
You are awful.
James says hello to Connie. Talking of hot pants, PJ's in. He says,
Hello, PJ.
He says, this looks kind of familiar. It sounds familiar, and it even smells familiar. Yep, I'm convinced. Welcome back, Colin Guffel, Fox, and the Friday Frolickers. Nice to see you in, PJ, and it is nice to be back. I have missed doing me live streams. I've missed me on-screen buddies. I've missed me mates in the hangout.
Yeah.
I haven't missed Fox because he's a pain in my bum. But
Tart. I was going to say I've missed you, but I'm just taking it. I'm not even going to say it now.
I've missed Mum. Fold that collar back up. I've missed Mum. So hello, Mum of Fox. Oh, all right.
She's asleep
then.
now. She can't hear you, so.
All right. I've missed you as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel better now?
I feel better now. I feel validated.
Oh, bless. Everyone said hello to John Allen. Graham says, how are we all a bit ticked off? My team got slapped tonight. Laugh out loud. Oh, bless you. Sorry to hear that. Jeff Light is in, says, hello, Cole Fox and everyone in chat. Hello, Jeff. Love to you and Maggie,
Jeff
mate.
Light.
Hope you're doing all right, geezer. Everyone's saying audio and video is fine. Thank you very much for the feedback. Get your quote ready because I've just seen someone pop in further down.
Is we ready?
Jeff Light says hello to Ross because Ross has popped in. He's saying good morning all. Hello, Ross. How you doing, geez?
Hello, Ross. Hello.
John Alex says we have missed you, mate. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, apologies for being... It's been a fag end of a year. I've been in and out all year round, dropping out and that, so I'm hoping this time I'm back for a while because the answer to the question's been answered and things have happened, so fingers crossed we'll be around regularly now. Coincidentally, our very own community Carl Sagan has popped in saying hi to Festa, model making guru, Athol, Jeff, PJ, Jeff, Ross, Graham and everyone in the chat. Ka-ching.
The fact that some geniuses were laughed at does not imply that all who are laughed at were geniuses. They laughed at Columbus, they laughed at Fulton, they laughed at the Wright brothers, but they also laughed at Bozo the Clown. That wasn't very good tonight.
Nice one.
A bit of a dry throat tonight.
Athol says, well, as I had a mouth clearance yesterday. Oh, you've been saying things again, Athol. Belly has been a liquid diet, bench Kobe, F-15 Eagle. Oh, you've had your pearlies played with, mate. So you're a braver man than me, mate, because I'm already shivering thinking of that word, dentist.
Yeah, you don't like that word, do you?
No, I'm petrified of the dentist, mate.
There we go.
John Alex says, understood, buddy. Mate, yeah, I know, mate. But you know what I'm like, John? I worry about letting people down. He'll tell you this, because all I kept saying in Messenger was, I've let everyone down again. I've let everyone down again.
He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare.
Yeah. Can you let people know in the hangout? Apologies, I've let them down. And it's like, he said,
He could be on life support for some like, and he'd be like,
well, I
I've let
wasn't
everybody
far
down.
from it. I was in the ICU, wouldn't I? So, yeah. But anyway, New Ferris Railroad says, hi, guys. Hello, how you doing? Welcome.
Hello, mate.
Welcome. Connie says hi to New Ferris, as does PJ. So, my old chisel. How you been?
Yes, my old spam dangler. I've not been too bad.
Me old China
my
pot.
old butt nugget. How have you been? How have I
Butt
been?
nugget. I'll worry about you.
I desperately tried not to say something.
You did, because we send messenger insults in Messenger and Xbox all day long to each other. But sometimes we forget, and of course we'll say something when we're live, and it's like,
yeah. If you were to look at the conversation that me and Colin have had on our Xbox like message thing, if you go on the console, it's about, there's about 300 entries, and we've not actually had any kind of sentences. It's just, I think the first thing I ever sent him, because he joined and I said, hello, welcome to Xbox. And then it's just been he insulted me, so I insulted him back, and it just goes back and forth.
I just basically called him some kind of unmentionable object. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, what, 2.5 years of just calling each other bannable names, basically.
Pretty much. But how's Mum been? How have you been? What have you been up to, other than Starfield?
Not too bad. It's just been a quiet couple of weeks, to be honest.
Yeah.
I say I've not got that much Starfield. I've had a few hours here and there every few days, but it's just been kind of bumped along. It's been too hot to do a lot over the last couple of weeks, as you know, anyway. So
yes.
It's just getting back into normal temperatures now, which is nice.
PJ will be over the moon tonight.
Over the moon.
Because there's two windows on the screen and not one of them's got a bluey car in it. Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed on your bench there is something different. What we got?
Yes, we were talking about this before we went live. I picked up the bluey car and my brain went,
yeah.
And that's the warning sign that says, step back from it for a little while and go and do something else.
Yeah, we get that.
We were talking earlier on, and the thing about that people don't realise is when you're doing a build, and you know, normally you take a project and you build it and you paint it. It might take you a week or something. It might take, painting a miniature or something. You might do like work on it in the evenings and do it for a couple of weeks, and that's fine. But when you're doing a live stream, you're doing it week after week after week. Your brain just goes, "I'm bored of this now. I need to do something else," because it artificially stretches it out. So the moment my brain goes, it doesn't mean I'm sick of it. It just means I need to step away and do something else.
This thing in my head, 6 live streams, and it's been on the air too long, Well, it was like it with the Stomper, and
yeah. For you, it's a content consideration, and for me, it's just I want to do something else for a bit. It's just a palate cleanse, just to do something. Because, like I say, if I'm on a build, if I haven't finished it within say a week or two, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I go off it.
But so then you think, 6 live streams is a week's build, isn't it? So, it's one of them, isn't it? Space Rangers Recording Studio, there's a new name, says, hello, Festa. Hello, mate, how you doing? That is 1L of a handle you've got there, mate. Tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're up to. Whilst I think of that, don't forget, folks, bench, belly and beverage. What's on the bench? What is in your belly? What is your beverage of choice? And I've got another one.
Oh.
What you've been watching and what game you're playing. There you go.
Oh, there you go. And if it's not Starfield, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah. First up, belly bench, because it was a prompt, basically, is PJ. Belly, beef lasagna with garlic bread. Bench, nothing. Taking a break from modelling for a couple of weeks. Good shout, recharge, mate. Beverage is bitter lemon. Oh, I'll cut in with his bitter lemon. Nice.
Very civilised. It's almost a gin and tonic.
James, belly, burgers, chips, bench. To be a 24th Mazda RX-7 kit bash, going from stock to modified time attack build with own printed body kit and rims. Good. Glad to see it. Nice. Beverage, Pepsi. Getting back to what I did on Death Race, that build of yours that I've still got here to send to you, James. Graham McRobert says, Fox or Colin, what is the best flesh tone to airbrush on a Joker bust? I tend to mix my own flesh tones, to be quite honest with you, Graham. A bit of everything, mate, and then that's it.
I mean, I wouldn't know with Joker because he wears... Well, depending on your source, he either wears white face paint or he has white skin. So
exactly. Depends on which variant of Joker you're doing. When I did my Heath Ledger one, it was literally my own homebrew. Whatever you do, don't use to me a flesh, mate, because it gives them a really half-baked appearance. It's a difficult one with flesh tones. Like I say, I tend to mix my own homebrew and I go dark to light. So, you know.
I mean, the difficulty with Joker is if you're doing Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson, it's makeup over actual skin.
Yeah.
So, normal flesh tones, normal sort of white Caucasian flesh tones can be like 20 or 30 different colours, including blues, greens, flesh tones, browns, reds.
Exactly.
But with white face paint, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to use my Vallejo model colours, and I start normally with a bit of brown sand. I then have a bit of beige red, mixed in with that for any deep dark recesses, and then I start with light flesh and skin tone, but it's various blends of the two. So I end up with my wet palette with loads of dots across it, and then I start mixing a bit of everything in. And that's pretty much my 4 basic colours, and it's just variations of that I use, mate.
You do lots of glazes and things as well.
Absolutely. When I do any form, I'm doing one at the moment, which is Lagerfur out of Vikings. And so far, there's about 15 layers on there.
Tricky thing with the Joker is, though, if you're doing, like you did Heath Ledger, which his skin is skin with makeup on it, same as Jack Nicholson. How do you make it look like he's put pan stick on his white makeup on? I would have thought maybe dry brushing it where it's faded.
I was just about to say you stipple it on with the dry brush, mate. I'm lucky. I've got it literally just to my right there. I have a texture palette that I 3D printed, one of them bad boys. What I tend to do is, as you can see, there's all the different flesh tones already on there, and I can put them on there, and then a bit of orphan grey there, see, and you just stipple it on with the dry brush. Bit like if you was doing warm paint on your Bane blade, you know, faded paint. Yeah. Just stipple it on in places and build it up bit by bit by bit, and that's pretty much all I do, mate. And
a bit like I did on my Stomper when I did the white bits over the blue.
Yeah, that's it, and that's all you're doing, because you don't want to slap it on, because you'll end up with too much paint on there. Just feather it on with a dry brush. That is feathering with a dry brush, by the way. That. Yeah.
I suppose if you're doing Heath Ledger as well, Heath Ledger is kind of applied manically, whereas the Jack Nicholson's The Joker was just like basically professional pan stick applied.
Absolutely.
Rubbed it off.
I'd like to say it depends, you know, if you're doing the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, then obviously that's again a different application of the face paint. So
when did he play Joker?
He played it in Suicide... No, not Suicide Squad. The film called The Joker Foxx, coincidentally.
Oh, God, yeah, no, that's right. Yes, because I haven't seen that. Yes, I forget he played the Joker.
It just depends on what variant you're doing. But I like doing the Heath Ledger variant because I thought that was a beautiful Joker that he played. And, yeah. James says Death Race was mentioned. Absolutely. Space Ranger says, yes, I've been watching for a long time. Just didn't... work, sorry, don't let me do a lot of YouTube, so I always try to show support. Well, it's lovely to see you in. You're always welcome, mate. And, nice to see you in. Jade says he's been watching Top Boy on Netflix and been playing Fortnite on the Xbox. Absolutely.
Fortnite, that's a young man's game, young person's game.
No, Ferris says tacos for dinner now, Mountain Dew, and working on new bench work for train layout. Nice one. Good. John Alec says bench was to me as Ducati, V4 112. Beverage Kentucky Rye. Belly will be pizza when it arrives. Oh, we need to know the toppings.
Yeah, I'll just say pizza.
Yeah. Spaced says, how's the Mustang going? I had a delivery this morning, mate. Got the complete contents of the Next Door to film tomorrow, mate, so that'll be going up hopefully for not this Monday, because I've got a different one scheduled on Eleanor. It'll be next Monday that'll go up.
I'm so behind on my part works, it's ridiculous.
No, Ferris says Fox looks like deathcore of Krieg.
Steel Legion.
Graham says we'll have a chat in the 24/7. Yeah, not a problem, mate. Mixed medium, more than small budget, says John PJ. Ross says belly, homemade chicken curry, beverage, pint of tea, bench 72nd SR 71, an E2 C Hawkeye, Luminous Bane Lords, 32nd B24 Liberator, game Sniper Elite on Xbox. There you go. Fair old rattle. John Alex says you had me at curry, mate, to Ross,
Yeah. I want curry now.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing a bit more on the game box. It's been a while, but it's got all of its decaled machinery and all of that lot on it. So that's coming along. So I've got a bit of lippy and mascara to do on that bad boy. So it survived my little move round towards the end of last week. So
Yes, you've had a reorganisation, haven't you, in the man cave?
yeah, kind of act to, mate. So I spent a couple of days just pottering around in here on and off, having a little bit of a jiggle. So yeah.
You had to rehide the bodies, so nothing much can do. You've got to reorganise at that point.
So yeah, it's funny with all me builds. It's remembering where I got to with them.
It's like, crap, I'm very lucky when I came back to do these. I haven't touched these in about 2 months. That I'd written down the colour scheme, so I remembered I'd written down what colour the trousers and boots were. That was in the middle of painting. So.
Oh, you're profesh, you are.
No, it's just that I knew I'd forget. Because I knew they'd take forever.
Absolutely, but I've got Ringo just sat there. I've got me Warhammer Goliath, Bluey car, Baneblade. I've got the Panzerhowitzer in me tub over there drying, or say drying, but it's in the drying boxes, me Samba bus and the big E-Models Yamaha bike. And yeah, so I need to get all of those just finished off over the next few days. So
yep.
I'm in pacing myself mode at the moment, so I've got to be good. So I can do a little bit each.
That won't last. I know what you like. You just don't do everything.
I know.
I decided, like I said, I'm working on my, if people remember what these are my Steel Legion, Armageddon Steel Legion minis. It's the reinforced platoon that was released or re-released on limited edition. Because they've been since discontinued, but they said just once only we're going to release the whole lot. Steel Legion, and this is the one that I still don't know who it was, but somebody basically ordered it and sent it to me, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But anonymously, so I don't know who ordered this for me, but it's long out of print, and they just released it in limited numbers. So
yeah, it's a nice gesture.
Grateful. Yeah, they're really old miniatures, so I'm just painting these up. I thought I'd get crack on with these tonight.
He said crack.
I said crack. It's at this stage of painting where you're doing all the base colours and it looks like a complete abortion. Because when you just have the base colours down, everybody looks like a bad painter.
Yeah.
So when you start getting all the washes and things, it starts to come together.
Yeah, even on my reveal, I look like a bad painter. See what I did?
You can't look as bad as the box art, though. So you've always got that.
Oh, really? Is it up there with SWAT guy?
Your Revell, what Revell? Which one are you talking about?
Revell SWAT guy, you know.
Oh, yeah. Box art. Oh, dear. Nobody can paint as bad as that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is our favourite bit of box art. That is.
Yeah, it's like in the painters there going, in my mind, SWAT teams use very, very shiny outfits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Good to know.
Yeah, gloss coating clothing.
What are we playing this man for? Sorry?
Yeah. Absolutely. So what's your belly and bench today then? Well, I know what your bench is because I can see it. But...
Yep, this is my bench, which is the first thing on the bench in a good few weeks.
Yeah.
Belly tonight was... Are you sat down?
Yeah, go on.
I had a salad.
No.
Do you know what meat I had in the salad?
You're clearly ill.
Do you know what meat I had in the salad?
You didn't have any, did you?
More salad.
Oh.
And it was very nice.
Oh.
No, Mama Wolf wanted a Subway for a dinner, and I wasn't really that hungry, so I thought I'll just get one of their salads. And it's just this normal salad you get your Subway in a box.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that'll do. Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. Hey, mate, it's different, isn't it? My God.
Had that bottle of alcohol-free beer, and it was rather pleasant for my dinner.
You having a salad,
Yeah.
I do feel very impressed.
Well, sometimes I do, just because it's like I'm not that hungry, and I know that once, half an hour after eating it, I won't feel full, and I eat so much crap every day. And sometimes I just want something light and fluffy. Plus, I have to pad out the order to be able to get Mum the sub she wants, the small sub. So.
Oh right, yeah.
Minimum order amount, you have to get to 15 quid. It's like, oh, really?
Yeah, it's like really.
And normally, in my defence, I normally order the 12-pack of cookies. So.
Oh right, yeah. So you are redeemed for a bit then.
I don't really want the cookies this time. I think we'll just go for the salad. And it was most pleasant.
Can I have a salad with a side salad?
What extras do you want in salad? More salad.
Absolutely.
I was quite surprised. It didn't come in a tray or a pack. It was just the cardboard box, and they just dumped the salad in it. I'm like, okay, works for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
On there.
Do. So at the minute, I'm just doing the trousers in... What am I doing colours now? Trousers are in Dark Reaper, I think, and the boots and gloves I'm doing in Rhinox Hide, base colours.
Athol's off because his painkillers are kicked in. Take care, Athol. Nice to see you. To see you nice and all of that. Look.
Boots and gloves and gloves and boots and boots and gloves. La 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 la. Yeah, I missed you, buddy. Missed my buddy over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? You know, what can you do?
Soften the pain a bit with some Starfield, but still not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like Simon Bates' how.to music playing. Miss it, my mate.
Well, the other day, because just after Colin got out, was released on parole or whatever from hospital, I said, you know, we'll do it. We'll have a chat. And he's like, should we just get on Skype? And I said, well, no, I'm on the Xbox. Just join me on the Xbox. We'll do Xbox chat. So he turned his Xbox on. We did Xbox chat. And I turned the Xbox on and got in there, and he was already in Starfield. So he actually started playing. He didn't play it, but he started Starfield before even I did.
I know.
I was like, oh, he's already in. That
it was there, and I was like, I might as well press it, see what happens. Because me and buttons. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't call me buttons.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good to have a look around.
I think I need to get some more Rhinox hide. Rhinox hide.
Get your Rhinox hide here, folks, for £8 a pound.
Rhinox hide made to make your things browner.
I'll see what you did.
You see what I did? Are you truly impressed?
I am, mate. Massively impressed.
I've got more Rhinox hide. I think all my pots of Rhinox hide are like dregs. It's probably not good.
Yeah, can't beat a bit of Rhinox hide. So, folks, what have you all been up to in the chat? What have you been all doing?
Yeah. Have you had good weather over the last few weeks? It was funny the day because I said to Colin, how you doing? He said, oh, it's really hot and sweaty. And I said, really? My mum sat downstairs with the sweater on because it's really cold here.
Yeah.
He was not happy.
Yeah, I have been a bit of a whinge pot, I must admit. But
whinge pot?
With good reason. Me wibble was out, wasn't it, mate?
I try not to look at your wibble, but sometimes you just put it right there and I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Right, Fox, now, keep in mind where the camera's pointing. Idiot. Oh, it's moved. Gosh darn it.
It was funny before we went live because the pair of us were trying to remember buttons, weren't we, mate?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we are useless. It's only been a fortnight, you know what I mean? Well, I say fortnight, about 3 weeks, isn't it, since we last been on here?
I think so, yeah.
Or whatever, but...
I think so.
Yeah, we are a pair of dingus, we really are, so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, yeah, let's try and remember where we was at. And then I thought, where did I put my little truck build? Because obviously I packed my bench away into loads of different boxes the other day because I moved my entire PC system down the other end. So, yeah.
That moment of, I've put them in a safe place. Do you know where it is? No.
But that's another thing I'm going to be doing shortly. I'm going to be airbrushing my PC case. So,
Have you decided on a colour scheme for it or a design?
Yes, I'm going to Borderlands it.
Oh, jolly good.
So, yeah, I've got some designs. I've printed out some fan grill covers and things like that just to try and add to the theme. So I should be filming some of that, folks, and whopping it up on the channel for patrons and members only.
Are you going for a specific...
Go on.
Go on. No,
you carry on.
No, you finish it. I'll ask in a second.
It's going to be yellow. Faded, aged, you know, pretty much, but You're saying a specific one. I've got no idea of specific ones because I haven't played the game, have I?
I thought you might have looked up. Yes, I was going to say, have you chosen a specific weapon manufacturer? But yellow, so yellow would be Hyperion.
Yeah. So I just thought, well, yeah, why not? So yeah, I've got to theme it. I've got some bits and pieces to do. It's got to have its maintenance done on it and be stripped down and cleaned anyway. So I might as well do it whilst I've got it all in bits.
Yeah.
Because normally once a year I strip the case out, right down to pulling the motherboard out, and I deep clean everything because, you know, this is a dusty little man cave, isn't it? You know, so...
Once a year I tend to take it downstairs in the kitchen and get the hoover out and go over it with the big fluffy fan brush, and that's as much as I can do computer-wise, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, I just strip it and build it because I built that myself anyway, so...
I still remain fiercely proud that one day I actually managed to find out what the fan was, order one online, and replace it.
I know, I was so proud.
One of the case fans.
I was so proud of you, mate.
And I have to admit, I was a little concerned when I ordered this fan on Amazon and it turned up, and it was sealed in the box, but already seemed to have a layer of dust on it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well, this isn't a brand new fan. As long as it works, but really?
Yeah.
And you get that layer of crud on a fan blade that you can't get off.
Yeah, it's like, really? Yeah.
Yes, we test all our fans before we put them on the market. We get all the fans, we put them in a student's bedroom for 6 months.
Absolutely. Jeff has been a member for 27 months, folks. Ooh. Yes. So, yeah, I've got some new icons that I'm currently designing, so there'll be new icons going up on the channel for you all, so yeah, gotta have fun with icons. You gotta have fun with icons and emojis, and I mean, come on.
I keep meaning to get around to doing some more, but it involves actual work.
Yeah.
And then my brain goes, yeah, work. That's where it all falls apart.
Yeah.
Which ones do I want? 1, 2... What's that one?
Edward Leonard's in saying hello. Hello, Edward. How you doing, mate? Lovely to see you. James has been a member for 32 months. Look at them.
32.
Oh, Muse alert. Muse alert. Quick, put build down, Cole. Put build down.
Hey, Muse.
Going for distraction techniques in the hope that Marcy doesn't notice.
She'll notice. Everything is noticed. You know
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely. She says,
nothing is not noticed.
Sneaking in and hugging Cole. There you go. Loads of hugs, Marcy. There you go. Have all of them bad boys.
There's no such thing as whatever it was I was just talking about.
There you go. Have some of that. There you go. Big huggages issued, because why not? Hope you've been doing all right, Marcy.
Yes, hopefully.
Just pop that in there.
Problem with painting the gloves and boots on these Steel Legion is I can't find a brush that's exactly the right size.
Yeah.
Like the fine brushes are too small, but you've got lots of fine detail, but the big brushes are too big. It's like there's no happy medium here.
You're an happy medium.
Well, thank you very much. I do my best.
Marcy says, just busy as usual. Oh, bless you. Did you plan on streaming any Starfield, Fox?
I don't know.
Mind you, the internet is full up with people streaming it at the moment, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but I like to share it. But the difficulty is that with an open world game, and like that where it's all quests and stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm streaming it, I'm only going to be a little bit behind my own personal playthrough.
Yeah.
So either I'm going to get further in the stream gameplay, than I am my own personal, or vice versa. But what's going to happen is I'm either going to be playing the stream version and coming across stuff that I've already experienced in my own playthrough and have to pretend I'm all excited and surprised by it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's something about, because it'd be so close to my own playthrough, it's doing a quest that I've just done. Yeah. I found that with Fallout 4, because I was playing my own... I'd already played Fallout 4 and Skyrim, but I'd restarted playing them just before I started streaming them.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I've just kind of done this quest like last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's more just a thing. If I do a quest on a stream and then I do it in my own playthrough, it's not as much fun in my own playthrough. So I don't know yet. I might do. It's certainly. I'd need them to fix the visual, the HDR yet first though, because although I don't stream in HDR, it doesn't look good when you watch it being streamed, because they've got the weird HDR setup and the colour grading. It's like it looks very washed out.
Marcy says you need a zero free brush. Who's that? Fox. No idea.
I've got 0, 1, 2 and 3, and I've also got a Triple Art Series 7, and I've got an artificial layer brush, but they're either too small.
Yeah.
Well, they're either small enough to get all the fine details, but too small to paint the big flat areas, and the big brushes are perfect for painting the big flat areas, but too small to get the details. It's very frustrating. I'm kind of using a Broken Toad Zero at the moment.
Yeah.
And I can be messy right now, because I'm going to do all the colours over the top, but...
I tend to use what I can grip onto at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The other frustrating thing is I'm painting with Dark Reaper and Rhinoxide, both of which are rubbish for doing, like, nice opaque coats.
Yeah.
Especially Dark Reaper.
Yeah.
But at least it can be messy, because it's just the primary coat.
It's surprising how many pots of brushes we have in it. Edward Leonard's been a member for 11 months. Well, thank you all for being members. It's lovely to have members.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting Colin.
Absolutely.
In his time of nonsense.
Yeah. But like I say, once I've voiced over all my archives, there's going to be quite a fair few videos going up.
Underneath the
archives.
You missed the joke there. I was doing an archives joke, you see.
Yeah. Jeff says, I haven't played, but I've heard that Starfield was food named chunks. This reminded me that I have a gadget that makes hard-boiled eggs into cubes, so I'll have to make some cube eggs soon. Yeah, bung them in the gallery, Jeff.
Yeah, there's all these different food brands in Starfield, and one of them is just called Chunks, and it's basically a company that makes. Imagine a company that does like a cube of a certain size. Let's say, I don't know, like that big, 2 or 3 inches in cubes. And they just make these cubes of different things, like you get a cubed egg, or you might get cubed cheesecake, but they're all just called chunks. So you might get a cheese chunk, or a cheesecake chunk, or steak chunks. And every time you see an advert for them in the game, I'm like, I actually really would like some food stuff where you just take it out of the packet and it's just a cube of food. But there's one advert where it just says, new such and such chunks in, and then in quotations, sauce. And that's it, in sauce. I like the non-specificity. It is a very good game.
Yeah. So have you bought anything, he says, knowing that Fox has bought stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
I may have accidentally gone to Forge World. I have been saving up though, so
I had nothing to do with that purchase. I just want to express my innocence.
Now, somebody did use my bits of war code the other day. Was that you, Colin?
No.
Okay, so somebody. I just wondered if it was you. No. Yes, I did find myself on Forge World, getting a model from Forge World that I actually I've always wanted to get. But I never got round to it, and then it went no longer available online, which means we've stopped making it. And it usually means we've stopped making it because the moulds are knackered, and that's it. Good luck. We can't be bothered releasing it again. But sometimes what they do is they just set up new moulds. So what I got was the Arvus Lighter, which is a little drop ship.
Yeah.
And it's got no weapons at all. It's not armed in any way. It holds like 12 dudes, and it's just designed to zip down, drop people off, and zip back up before it gets shot out of the sky, because it's got no armaments and no defences.
Yeah.
And you very rarely ever see it on the tabletop, but it's so adorable. It's known as the Space Pig because it's tiny.
Yeah.
And it's just a little square thing. I'll get it out in a minute and show you if you want.
Yeah.
So I treated myself to that because I've always wanted one, but I never got round to it.
Yeah,
It's back.
There are affiliate links for bits of War Cromlech in the video descriptions, but
Yes, go and check them out.
no one's used mine yet. That's all right.
Guys, if you've not been to Bits of War, folks, go make sure you use Colin's code, but do go and check it out because they have some fantastic models.
Yeah.
They do like lots of things, but their specialty is off-brand orcs.
Yeah.
As well as, Imperial Gardens. They do some fantastic orc models. Slightly different to, Games Workshop to avoid copyright, but they've got like planes that are a mix of resin and wood. They're fantastic. So go and check them out. Use the code in the description below.
Yeah.
Just go and have a look. Treat yourself because
Save
they're
yourself
really
a
nice
few
models.
quid. Bobbins is in. Hello, Bobbins. How you doing? He says, greetings and welcome back, Colin. Thank you very much, Bobbins. It is nice to be back. I've missed my
Greetings,
mates,
Bobs.
all my buddies, my little online community. I've missed each and every one of you.
Do you know what? I've realised?
What's that, mate?
Nobody missed me.
Well,
They miss you, but they didn't miss me.
Oh, you had the perfect opportunity to do stuff on your channel and you didn't take it. So
No, I would have felt bad taking up stuff on my channel when you're out sick. Because that would have been like taking the mickey a bit.
no,
like taking your slots.
Your
No way.
channel, mate. You do what you like.
No, I don't want to. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to be seen as taking advantage or anything.
Because at the end of the day, mate, I didn't know at the time how long I would be out. So it's only the fact that my missus has been very, very good and I'm here now.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have wanted to use up your slots.
On the premise of, couple of hours, mate, and, I can be good.
Yeah. I was actually at one point, I thought, you know what, I was going to give you a shout and say, give us the stuff for your YouTube and I'll do the Sunday stream for you to keep this. But then I thought, I can't do that time of day. It's like,
No, that's right, mate.
Because I could have kept that stream going for us, because I could have just hosted it
Yeah,
and got the people in.
We'll be back Sunday for our usual shenanigans, folks. So good segue coming. I'll have a nice easy gallery show this week for you all. So if you've got photographs of your work and what you've been up to in my absence, feel free to post them and I'll do a nice little 2-hour gallery show for you this week.
Yes. Nice bit of easy work for you there.
Yeah. I want to do a show with me mates because, it'll be nice for them to get back and say hello as well. So... And that's a reward, folks, for the Zoom and channel members. So if you want to join us, consider joining and becoming a member or supporting me on Patreon. So links are all in the description.
Do it now.
And if you've got a webcam and a mic, you can come and join us.
Yeah. Well, you can be audio only if you haven't got a webcam.
Absolutely. So you're more than
if you're
welcome.
not comfortable on camera, you can still just have a microphone and be audio only. That's fine.
Nothing wrong with that. I've done that before. I had audio only.
You can be a
people.
voice from the gods.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what's on BBC iPlayer now?
No idea, mate.
The new series. It's very important. It's the new series of Gone Fishing with Bob Mortimer and Paul Whitehouse.
Yeah.
I love that program so much. I have no interest in fishing.
Yeah.
But I love them two together. It's just so nice and wholesome and charming and funny. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
I was going to do something today. I was like, I'll go and do the washing up and stuff, and I'm like, an hour later. That didn't happen, did it?
Well, they both had bypasses, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny, those two.
It's good. Marcy says, I do like the palette. What palette?
Palette. Which palette? Whose palette?
Probably yours, mate, because it is a sexy
mine?
wet palette.
No, you've got a proper. My brain stopped. What's the words?
Army painter.
Army painter. That's my brain was like words. Yeah, Colin's using the Army Painter one. I'm just using my bog standard Games Workshop Tufts box, repurposed with homemade. See, I've got the Army Painter one as well, but I just, for these little, like, 2-hour shows, it's too much of a faff and a waste of a big sheet of paper, so I just use this little one.
Yeah, that's why I just have my bit of paper and I work my way round it, but...
I mean, the thing I've got, because I know with you, you've got, like, a lot of projects on the go, so you're always using that wet palette.
Yeah,
but
it's on the bench every day, yeah.
Yeah, but for me, if I put my sponge in and then I get my sheet of wet palette paper and then I get it all ready and I do a live stream... That's it then for the rest of the week. Sometimes it's a waste of the. Yeah. I've taken the sponge out and then it's like, you know what? I'll just use my disposable one.
Marcy says, Artist Opus palette. Yeah. Yeah. I'm beginning to think Marcy's sponsored by Artist Opus, you know.
Ooh. Oh, the dry brushing palette. I keep meaning to get some of their dry brushing brushes because I haven't got any big fluffy dry brushing brushes.
I thought you had the AP ones, same as mine. But yeah, I do like Artist Opus brushes. They are nice.
No, the only ones I've got are the standard flat, either stiff or soft-ish ones. I've got couple of the soft ones from Godhand, and I've not tried them yet. But I've not got any of the big fluffy like makeup brush type brushes that I really would like. I need to get some because they'd be quite nice for very soft blends. I think.
Yeah, they are good. They are good products. I watch the Artist Opus channel on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I get the impression those big floofy ones would be great for that kind of post-shading dry brushing that I do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, give
me a smoother finish than...
I've got the AP dry brushes, but the Artist Opus are super profesh, but I'm not super profesh, so, you know.
Oh, shush.
But they're sort of similar to... What's they similar? They're a similar type thing, but obviously better quality. But, yeah.
You do realise that technically, purely by the fact that you earn YouTube income revenue from doing videos about model making, that makes you a professional because you're earning an income from it. So technically, you are a professional model maker.
You know, I don't blow smoke up my own arse, mate. It's not me.
No. You're missing the point. What the point is, you don't have to be good. You know, it's not. I'm not saying professional means like the best painter. It means you earn an income from doing it.
Yeah.
So you are professional.
Yeah, I mean, there are.
There you go.
I leave it to other folks to blow smoke up their backsides. It's not me. Not my style. But, no, they are nice brushes. It's funny, you know. I see them, but I'm like, oh, yeah, then I see the price, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind paying a lot for brushes though because they're always handmade. Well, apart from real crappy Chinese, like no brand, crappy sets that are worth the money, they're usually all handmade and they're not easy, not simple to make.
Oh, I know that. I know the quality and all of that. Like, I'm not daft. It's just I can't afford
them.
No,
I know. I'm speaking really to other people, not to you. If you know what I mean. I'm sort of mentioning it for other people. Oh, why are brushes so expensive? Have you seen a brush being made?
Yeah. No, I just can't afford them, mate. It's that simple at the end of the day.
Yeah. I was watching, there's a, I think it's Korean or Japanese, like, crafty type channel that I follow. And they just do these, like, it's always like craftsman making X.
Craftsman.
Yeah, not that craftsman. I realised when I said craftsman rather than craftsman.
Yeah.
They have, like, a craftsperson of some sort making a thing. And it just happens at this channel, all the stuff that you watch is something they sell because they have all these artists and craftsmen and stuff. And it's amazing. I was watching one thing and this guy made a paintbrush.
Yeah.
And it was fascinating to watch. It wasn't that complex, a long, drawn-out procedure. It wasn't like, making something really complicated. It wasn't like making a samurai sword or something. Yeah. And it was a fairly simple process. And it was a beautiful brush when he finished it. And it was one of them big fat brushes for doing your Japanese calligraphy with your inks.
Yeah.
And it said, these brushes available. I thought, go and have a look at them. $400 for a brush. Why?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're proper master craftsmen. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
PJ says, missed you loads, mate. He says, and Fox too, I suppose. Yeah, like I say, I've missed all me mates, and I do miss, you know, the live streams, the Friday shows and that, because it's my way of giving something back to you all, and I get a buzz out of it, you know, so...
I get a kick.
I do miss it.
The song goes.
So it is nice to be back, and it's... nice that people have reached out and asked after me and whether I'm okay. And yeah, I couldn't answer it at the time because I was hospitalised. So,
yeah.
But suffice to say, we are back at it. So, yes. John Alex says, I'm going to order the pizza, laugh out loud. What are you ordering? Ooh. Come on, we need all the ingredients, John. All of them.
Can't just say pizza, you know this, John. You know how this works.
You know, I need to know, because I'm a nosy old git. I need to know everything about all the ingredients, mate.
He needs to know all the things that he's not allowed to eat vicariously so he can eat them through you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling all healthy and buzzy from my salad.
I know. I'm mightily impressed with you, dude.
Yeah.
I am proud of you.
It was remarkably average.
Did Mum have a salad as well?
No, she has a turkey salad, 6-inch sub with
good girl.
Southwest chipotle sauce.
Good girl.
I've tried to get her to have the ham and stuff, and she always wants turkey, unless she has the big breakfast one, which is basically a full English breakfast on a sub, sort of. But yeah, so she has a little. She doesn't eat a lot of it though. She eats about half of it.
Marcy says meatloaf is still loafing.
Loafing. Bethesda need to get a license, get some food company license to make chunks though. Yeah,
definitely. It's all about the chunks, folks.
Yeah. I want a cheesecake chunk. I want a red wine chunk. They have a red wine chunk. It's just a chunk, but it's red wine. Everything's chunks.
Oh, nectar. Right. What was I going to paint next?
That sounded decisive. Did you make a decision in your brain?
I was making a contemplating decision, mate.
Ooh. And how did your contemplation end up?
Yeah.
Did you decide to contemplate?
I did.
Begin contemplation.
A bit of silver. Add you a bit of that. Okie dokie. It's just remembering where I was on this build, mate. I'm a bit of a forgetful old ferret, ain't I?
Yes.
We'll have a bit of that. Edward says, I thought John was going to order that hours ago. Yeah, tell me about it, Edward. What's he like?
That was at the start of the...
letting us all down, isn't he?
That was at the start of the stream, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
God, there's no reason to delay when food needs to be ordered. I've been yearning this week, and pining for one of my filthy burgers or kebabs from my local swarthy Turkish takeaway.
Oh, is it a filthy burger?
Yeah, it's a £half-pound filth burger. And I've been pining for one.
Yeah.
But the difficulty is if I order that for my dinner, obviously I need to order something for Mama Wolf. And I don't want... She actually liked the little chicken balls that you get from the little tiny popcorn chickens.
Yeah.
But they're not good for her. So I try to not do that.
Yeah.
But they do corn on the cob. And she likes corn on the cob. Yeah. So I'm like, do you want corn on the cob? Oh, yeah. So I'll order my big, burger or kebab of filth, and she'll have a corn on the cob, which is, it's fine for her. She'll quite happily eat that. It's enough food for her, that one corn on the cob. But every day this week, I'm like, do you fancy corn on the cob for your dinner? No. Oh, fudge.
So you've been proper having a wibble, have you?
I've been pining for my filth burger. Yes. I'm going to die at 56. I'm just going to just dive out. I just
So you're looking forward to your 55th birthday then?
yeah, because I know I can eat all the crap I want on the 55th birthday.
Oh, now I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have no illusions that I'm not doing myself any healthy favours. But you know what? Hey.
Yeah, I just read PJ's message. He says, John Alex Pizza's been delayed because he's been talking to me about MFH kits in Messenger. Oh, dear, John. Just saying, John, would you like to say goodbye to your wallet now?
Yeah,
And
you'll never order
done,
pizza again.
Well done, PJ, for spending all of John Alex's money. Candygram's about to get some air guitar. He's put in a $5 super chat. Thank you very, very kindly, Jeff. Hard-boiled egg cube photos have been copied to the FB workshop group. Behold the impossible. Awesome. It baffles silence. Oh, I'll have a looky-loo in a sec, Jeff, and I will probably put it on screen, mate. Show all the viewers.
Hard-boiled egg chunks. Yes. I think one of the chunks is actually hard-boiled egg.
Gotta be done,
so that's
mate.
very accurate. Yeah.
And Candygram goes MFH kits. Well, so, yeah, they are beautiful looking things. Yeah, there's a couple of bikes that I've seen that they do, and it's like, you know, they're in the covet list, you know.
Oh yeah, I saw the other day, and I'm not going to get one because I'm not going to justify spending that money on it. But it's not often I have any interest in Lego.
Yeah,
I do like Lego. I had the big UCS Superstar Destroyer, and you know I like my Star Wars Lego. But they announced the other day they're doing a UCS, so it's the Ultimate Collector Series.
Oh, right, yeah.
What's it called? I forgot the name of it. It's the Proto Star Destroyer that they... do you know, all the words have gone out my brain.
Yeah.
That the Republic used in the Clone Wars. The thing with 3 engines on the back.
Yeah.
The Venator class. Transport, and it's like it's longer than my bench. It's longer than this bench. It's 40 odd inches long, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing. It's also 500 quid. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to get that then. But I was like, oh, covet.
Yeah. John Alex says, I'm going to explore MFH kits with PJ's guidance. Yes, they are beautiful looking objects, mate.
Explore it with PJ's guidance and also with PJ's budget.
Yeah.
Might not be getting many more pizzas in it for a while if you get one of them, but yeah, it's more than worth it. More than worth it.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
What's that?
I'll show you in a sec.
Ooh.
Square X, mate.
All right. That's the thing with this hobby. A lot of people complain about it being expensive, but it's like sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. But it's one of those things that if it brings you, if it brings you pleasure, it's more than worth any money you spend on it.
Exactly.
If it makes you happy and brings you joy, it's never too expensive.
Absolutely. Right.
Are you going to show off the squegs?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it now, Fox. Give us a minute.
Squegs.
I don't know. Look at that. Oh, what?
That really is a chunk.
Look at that. Brilliant, isn't it?
That's fantastic.
I love it.
Oh, man.
Brilliant.
That is awesome. I really want hard-boiled eggs now
brilliant.
as well. I suddenly have an urge for hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, that is brilliant.
Nice. I suppose with a hard-boiled egg, you could make it any shape if you've got a mould of some sort, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You're a mould.
We know what shape Paul Stewart would get a mould to make it look like.
Oh, yeah, it'd be proper, yeah, I can't say, but... Yeah.
Meat and two,
Yeah, gentleman's sausage and, yeah, bangers and eggs.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I had, for my lunch today, I had a cheese and onion slice, which was like that shape.
Yeah.
And two, I think they're called bopu. It's like a white ball about that big.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it's got beef inside it. And I had 2 of them and I put them on the plate and I'm like, oh, Paul Stewart.
Yeah.
That's early for H on an early start today.
Yeah, she's going to golf with Lex.
Oh.
She's going up the Wentworth. So.
Wentworth? What, you mean the prison?
See what he did there.
Bloody screw.
Yeah, so I'll ring her in a sec.
Something in the chat for you there, matey.
Yeah, I just literally saw that, mate. John Alec has put in a $10 super chat. He says, thank you for the chat tonight, mates. It's lovely to see you in, John, and thank you very, very kindly for your generosity, mate.
Yeah.
It is nice for us to be back. Like I said before, we have missed each and every one of you because you are our buddies at the end of the day. And it's important to me to feel that I'm giving you something back as best as I can. So I don't like being off air. It gives me the ump. I do moan, normally to Fox and the missus.
Yep.
And they both tell me off and demand I stop being so silly, but I do worry, you know.
I actually really miss doing streams as well. I understand that because it's like I really miss doing live streams, even if they're just silly game streams and stuff. It's just right now, there's never a time I can guarantee that I can sit there for 2 or 3 hours uninterrupted. So, and the thing is, it's like if I'm doing a stream with you and I have to go away and, you know, do something with my mum, like when she wants to go to bed and stuff, that's fine because there's 2 people on screen. One can carry on while the other one goes away.
Yeah.
If you're streaming by yourself, that's like 10 or 15 minutes of just, I'll be back in a minute screen. That's not very good.
Dead air time, innit?
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't want people to have to sit there and wait 15 minutes while I go and...
No.
So it's like,
Edward Leonard says, has anyone ever built a BBR Models 48th resin car kit from Italy? I personally haven't, but perhaps someone like PJ may have done, mate. I've got, you know, no knowledge of them. I'm just going to mute for a sec because I've got to ring H, mate.
Yep. Yes, no, I've not actually heard of those before, but not being a shiny car type builder, I would know nothing of such, but PJ probably knows all about those. Yes, I want to get back into doing live streams, but it's just finding a good time slot when I can sit there. Like, late at night, after midnight, probably I could do. Like, you know, 1 at 12 at midnight or 1 in the morning. I could probably do quite happily, but then I'm sitting here making lots of noise and I'm risking, you know, annoying the neighbour. Well, not the neighbour, but annoying, you know, my wolf's trying to get to sleep. So it's tricky at the minute. I miss doing my game streams. I miss doing live content. I miss me and Colin doing Warhammer Saturday, Sunday. Because that's fun. But again, it's just afternoons now. Is forget it. Just not happening. So I will, when I can get back to filming, I'll have to focus on filming and not streaming. When I can get back to actually having time to film at the bench, which is slowly getting better, slowly coming back. I've got so much to do. I've got so behind on my part works, and I've got loads of stuff I need to film for the guys at eModels, and I've got all the Cromlech builds, the bits of wall builds that I wanted to film, loads of bits and bobs. So I will get back to it. Just finding the time, but I'll probably have to focus on filming rather than streaming for a while. Right, so I'm just trying to get all the leather parts, the boots and the gloves done. This is just for iron oxide. I'm just doing a quick base coat on these. I'm being a little bit neat. You don't have to be, and I'm going to do a wash and stuff once these have gone on and got all the other base colours put in. So any little wibbles and wobbles is not a problem, but I'm trying to be reasonably neat.
Oh,
all good?
Yeah, it's all good. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, she's up. Bless her. Oh, she says, oh.
I hate you.
Yeah, it's your fault. Yeah, I know, dear. Do I need another layer of that on there? Yeah, it's not going to do no harm.
Layer that on there.
Absolutely. PJ says to John Alec, will you two stop? You're making me blush. Yeah. Absolutely. But no, the MFH stuff certainly is lovely stuff to see. It really is.
I don't know how people can sit and paint armies.
Yeah, it's funny. I was going through the projects box, and I just couldn't believe how much stuff I've got in there built, ready to paint. So it's like, yeah. There's going to be a few frolics coming up with loads of painting going on. So
it's just the people that sit there and paint like whole like platoons and regiments. It's like, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's taken me forever to paint these guys, and I've got 40 of them. Yeah. It's like, how do people paint these like 100-strong groups of Imperial Guard and stuff? It's like, wow. I know there's fast ways to paint, but but even so, I can't do fast.
Nah. Are you selling them ones?
I don't know, because these are the ones that were gifted to me.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, I thought that was one of your buy-to-sell stuffs, because...
No. Well, see, I don't know, because like I said, it was gifted to me, but because it's a very rare set and it's no longer available, it would be very profitable to sell it. So I'm tempted to basically, if I ever find out, if I ever hear from the person that bought it for me, somehow, I would happily split whatever I make from selling it 50-50.
Yeah. Because
I've had the enjoyment of painting it, and I think it's only fair, they can then have the benefit of reaping back half the money of selling it. But I might not, it's just given its rarity and the fact it could be quite profitable. It's normally I wouldn't sell things I was gifted, but in this case it might be worth saying to the buyer, look, I don't want you were so kind, I don't want you to miss out on the fact you can make a nice little tiny profit here.
John Christmas is in, says, hi guys, how you doing?
Hey, John.
Fine and dandy, John. How are you?
Fine and dandy.
How are you doing? That's the question.
How is it hanging, my friend?
Yeah. Always nice to see John in. Yeah, it's one of them, innit? I know you don't like mentioning that you want to do stuff to sell on my channel, but like I said to you before, we're both doing this as a living, so at the end of the day, if you have... Go on.
No, go on.
Look at me apologising for interrupting Fox on my own show. Yeah. I was just about to say, is there anything else that you've currently got up for sale? You can see what I'm doing, can't you?
No, you're very kind of you. I've got lots of things that I need to paint to put for sale. The only thing I've got up for sale at the minute is I have the, which nobody's bought yet, I have the Forge World Macarius Vanquisher Deathcore Krieg tank up on the eBays.
Yes.
Which nobody's shown any interest in, so
I guess
that nobody really wants one. Or the particular colour I painted it at random might not be to their liking, but...
Also, there is a cost of living crisis going on at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing.
Have they?
Well, you look at these things that people are buying. I mean, people who play Deathcore Krieg, they're already in a very expensive faction anyway. So the people that play Deathcore Krieg tend to not have a problem with that. But it's just not sold. I've also got a few Bane blades that I need to paint up. Bane blades always sell, and they're fun to paint. But I don't normally, I would never normally sell something that was gifted to me because that's not very nice.
No, that's right.
But, if it's a regular plastic kit that anybody can buy, I would never sell it. But for something like this, where it's now incredibly rare.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Certainly an argument there.
Like you say, they could make themselves a bit of coin as well. So
yeah, and that's me my way of saying thank you for giving me the option to paint it and make a bit of money on it. But if I never find out who sent it to me, then no, I'd never sell it. Oh. Sniffle, sniffle. How is the good lady, by the way? Mrs. Workshop, how is she doing?
She's all right. She's just waiting for her surgery date for her other hand. So.
Oh, yeah. Have you got any rough idea yet when that's going to be? New Year?
Because obviously the Velociraptor's still a problem with our local hospital because they're the regional go-to place for anyone that's got it.
Right, yeah.
So everything's backed up to the hilt at the moment. So she's kind of quite content if it doesn't get done this year. So
yeah.
She's a bit like me, she's had enough of hospitals.
Yeah. In other news, I can reveal that we've now managed to sort out somebody to come and look after our garden every couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
Seeing as our last gardener chap vanished after the Velociraptor and we never heard from him again.
Oh, really? Oh, dear.
Yes. So, well, he took it over from his dad when his dad left the country, so I think he was always a little bit reluctant anyway. Which is fine. So we've got somebody else now.
Yeah.
And they've already experienced the joy of the path at the back, which we lovingly and affectionately call Spider Alley. Because you've got the kitchen wall and a low fence, and every garden spider in the northern hemisphere decides to make a web across that little path.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we've all learned that you have to take a stick with you when you go out the back door.
Yeah.
Just to break off any webs. But the gardener didn't know that. Walked through all the webs. He said, "You could have warned me." I said, "Yeah, but it wouldn't have been as fun." He went, "Yeah, that's true." Get. What bit are you working on at the minute, dude?
I am painting a shirt on the little kid that is driving the racing car. Okay. And, of course, being a West Ham fan, it's going to be claret and blue.
Of course it is.
Because why not?
You telling me I didn't know you were a West Ham fan. There, you learn something every day.
Yeah.
Did you get the sarcasm in that there?
I did. But, yeah.
Excuse me.
I know, I've got vertigo at the moment because West Ham were top of the league at one point. It was like, oh, nearly fell out my chair when I saw that.
Damn it, when you put some bets on, eh?
Yeah, I don't gamble, mate. It's, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially on West Ham because, you know what I mean?
It's a fool's game.
I might as well just take the money into the middle of the street, set fire to it, you know? But
yeah.
Let's give that a bit of peggage. That sounded wrong, didn't it?
I can't see the screen and I don't want to know what you're doing. But also,
certainly not pegging.
I do want to know.
Yeah.
I both do and don't.
Yeah, nervous. Anyone of a nervous disposition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Edward says, I just tried to share the link, PJ, and it wouldn't let me. It depends on what link you're trying to share, Edward. I'm not sure what link you're trying to share there, mate, but...
yeah, you're a mod, so you should be able to, unless it's, I don't know.
Yeah, unless it's something that YouTube have flagged up. But...
Could be. I do not know.
Yeah.
The link itself could contain a word that's blocked.
Yeah, John Christmas said I should have guessed grumpy like Alf Garnett. My missus does call me Alf, mate, but yeah. And if you saw me, yeah, you would think of Alf Garnett because I'm as bold as a coat and all, mate.
And for no reason at all, I've got the Steptoe and Son music in my head, which is nothing to do with Alf Garnett. Go figure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the old man.
Harold! I went downstairs earlier, and because Mum watches ITV3 all day,
yeah,
while she's reading her iPad, but because it was darts all day. She decided to change channel. She was on some other channel, and it was like oldie worldy Last of the Summer Wine, and I mean proper like first or second series, filmed on like, you know, the worst possible quality film you can imagine. Yeah. And I was like, wow, this looks terrible.
Yeah.
And now, for no reason, I've got the Juliet Bravo music in my head.
Oh, dear. Where are they? Bit of Juliet and her Bravo.
Yeah.
Why have I picked up black? It's for his boats. That's why.
But then when I went down later, it was New Tricks. I'm like, oh, I like New Tricks.
Don't know what that is, mate.
It was a series on BBC. It was a load of retired policemen. Well, 3 retired policemen, one of whom was Dennis Waterman.
Oh, right, yeah.
and they get a new officer who comes in, and they're very tired, but they basically volunteer to work on cold cases.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they use their expertise as, former police officers. And it was both. It was like one of those kind of like dramedies. It was like slightly amusing, and
yeah,
I really liked it. And of course, guess who wrote and sang the theme tune?
Oh, let me think. Not Dennis and his Waterman, perchance.
Yes, right. Living up the old spitting image Joker. Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. Yeah. And it's like, and he actually did.
Executive producer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Send you the link for the guy building one, PJ Lewis, on Facebook. Oh, yeah.
Sniffle, sniffle.
Yeah, I had the yawns before we went live, and you had the sniffles, didn't you?
Yep. It is always the way.
Absolutely is, mate.
So to get the chat going a bit, is anybody out there playing Starfield on Xbox or PC? What are your thoughts? I'm absolutely loving it, but then I love that Bethesda RPG style of game, so it's, of course, my bag. Not perfect, but I'm certainly enjoying it. I don't regret having it, and I'm going to be playing it for a very long time.
Are you having fun?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I've already found some exploits that I can completely exploit. So,
right.
Infinite ammo type stuff.
Oh, nice one.
So, yeah. Well, there's like one shop in one of the towns, and if you walk past the shop, there's a puddle on the floor, and if you hover over the puddle a little bit, you get access to the actual shop trader's like locker chest where all the items are stored. The game stores them, and you can just take all his stock.
Oh, nice one.
Without it, and it's not flagged as stolen, so you can just sell it back to him and then take it again and sell it back. Yeah.
Look at you with your tomfoolery.
Oh, yeah. It's fun. It's good. I'm vastly enjoying it.
Yeah, so far I've switched it on. I haven't even designed a character yet because I'm such a noob. I'm doing the learnings on other games at the moment.
Noob. Yeah, but you know what? I'm so jealous of you.
Yeah. It's funny, Chris at Gross was like, stream your noob journey.
Yeah, stream playing an incredibly complex RPG mechanic game when your last game you played was like Grim Fandango that had very simple mechanics. That's not going to be fun for you, is it?
No, if you had listened to what I was saying, I said I was starting on other games because I'm a noob.
Yeah,
and Chris said...
No, I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I heard that.
Yeah. He means things like Portal.
Yeah, well, I just don't know anything.
So...
It'd be interesting, actually, if I to start like going through the history of games, to like start with older games and work your way forward chronologically.
Yeah,
that'd be fascinating for somebody to be able to do that, so they could experience the gaming changes in history in the right order. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. It's certainly something to look at doing, but at the moment, obviously, I'm a bit restricted with things. So
it's all future stuff. I'm so jealous now.
And of course, Xbox has moved now. I sent Fox a video during the day the other day, didn't I, mate? And yeah,
it's got a hidey hole.
I have. So it's like stealth Xbox now.
Have you named your Xbox yet? I don't mean in your mind, I mean on the actual console itself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it has got a name. Nothing too exciting, but there may be a reference to myself in there.
Oh, jolly good.
But, yeah. It's all part of it, isn't it? But it's the fact that I went to all the trouble of putting a claptrap skin on it, and when I was putting it on, I didn't even know that it was an Xbox game. I just liked the look of the artwork. It's like, yeah. As soon as I showed it to him, he was like, oh, that's brilliant. That's claptrap. I went, oh, what?
Borderlands. Yeah, he didn't even know it was a video game thing.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I like the look of that. If I could, we've heard it before, but if I could have all my memory of video games wiped so that I could start over, I'd pay for that like in an instant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly for me, obviously not knowing Xbox, it's such an eye-opener with the difference in graphics and things like that. And I could just sit and look at the scenery and the landscapes all day long because it's mind-blowing to me, which to anyone out there that regularly plays, it's going to be pretty normal to you guys and girls. But for me, it's totally a whole new experience. So, yeah.
Well, it's like, imagine you've got a granny that, your brother, let's say your brother sees one of your grannies like every other day.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen her in years, like in 20 years. For him, she hasn't changed a bit, but for you, she's gone from like middle-aged woman to little old lady, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
So for you, it's like going from Grim Fandango, which is the last thing you played, to modern games. It's like, bah! Whereas for me, and not everybody else, we've grown with the game, so we can look at a modern game and know the legacy and history of the visuals and where we've come from, and we can be like, yeah, it looks all right, but you'll be like, my God, it's full of stars.
Yeah, I just find it interesting, and yeah, Jeff said he found the MP3 files of the soundtrack when I got a bonus when I bought the game. Yeah, it's a great soundtrack. I got the soundtrack, Jeff. And of course, I've got that on Xbox as well. The Grim Fandango soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. Grim Fandango soundtrack.
When you bought the game originally, you got the MP3 files of the soundtrack.
I can't remember it at all. I only ever watched my friend play it, and this was back in the old 486 days, and it was obviously MIDI files through his Sound Blaster. Yeah, but I just remembered Glottis. That's the one thing I remembered about it, Glottis in his car.
It annoys me, PJ. PJ's asking, what do you guys think of YouTube dropping ads into ongoing live streams? Just seen one a few minutes ago. We don't have a choice now, mate. When you go and set up a live stream, YouTube settings now, it's got a thing in there, ads will be played during your live stream, and all you've got is an option of what type of ads you want. Do you want shed loads of them, a reasonable amount, or barely any? And I've got barely any at the moment, but you don't have no choice, mate. You've got to choose one of the options, mate. Am I happy about it? Not really, no.
No. But it's like we both said before, at the end of the day, we're not paying for the privilege of them hosting all our video content, so we get it for free. So at the end of the day, if they want to make money on it a bit, then we can't really blame them.
It's like John Alex says, there's no choice. There isn't, John. When I set these streams up, I was a bit peeved, to be honest with you, because me live streams are for you guys and girls. So I was looking for a way of bypassing so that I could not have them, but there isn't a choice that I've seen, so...
No, not without being not monetized, which is like, well...
Yeah, that's right. If I wasn't a monetized channel, then I wouldn't have them on there, obviously, but... Yeah, so I haven't found a menu option yet that I can turn off for the lives. So if anyone knows of one, obviously let me know.
Yeah, when I was setting up the E-Model stream for the other Monday, it was like, wait, what's all this now? They've changed it.
Yeah, because it's coming whilst I was out the loop, so it's the first I got caught with it.
I actually had a bit of a panic the other day because I was doing putting the video up for E-Models. And I was like, the advertising side.
That, Fox?
Oh, it's one of their product videos. But anyway, it normally you get the options of pre-roll adverts, post-roll adverts, and mid-roll adverts, and you can turn off mid-roll adverts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but none of that was selectable. I'm like, don't force mid, and this is just for pre-recorded videos.
Yeah.
And then I read the bit that said, you can't choose mid-roll adverts for less than 8 minutes. I went, oh God, that's all right.
Yeah. It's just frustrating, but we haven't got a choice, mate. So apologies, PJ, but
nothing that can be
there's
done.
Nothing I can do. Mysterious Mechanic 24 is in saying hi. Hello there. Welcome to our shenanigans. Welcome aboard. Tell us a bit about yourself, what you do. What is your preferred genre? That's a question for the chat as well. What is your preferred genre choice of models? Is it cars, bikes, sci-fi, or what?
Yeah, did you use the word genre? Like voluntarily?
Yeah, because believe it or not, contrary to your opinion, I was educated, mate.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, he says in a very non-patronising way. Yeah. Arrogance, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff says, no choice, but I watch them as it pays the hosts. I haven't tried muting the ad, but continue to watch live stream from another browser or account. Yeah, I mean, if there's a skip button or something, just skip it. You know, I mean, makes no odds to me at the end of the day. But no, I don't get anything that says the ad's playing or nothing, because I've got the, what's his name? Streamlabs screen up rather than the YouTube screen, because I can see the live action. Because if the stream drops, I know it's yeah,
we have no way to know what they're doing. See, I want to know what happens if somebody's watching the stream and they get a mid-roll ad. Do they then join the stream again where they left off, which means they're now like 2 minutes behind, or do they just join and they've just missed 2 minutes of the stream and that's it?
No, it all, as far as I know, it carries on from where we left off. I don't know, because obviously I ain't watching, am I?
No. Because if it's weird.
Mysterious Manix Mechanic even says, thanks, I'm into and I've just started building a model railway. Oh, nice one, mate. Cool. I have got a Facebook group. The link is below the video. I'll put a link in a sec. By all means, bung pictures of your layout in the group and I'll show it in the gallery, mate.
Nicely done.
Oh, not for that reason. It's just, you know, I'm interested because it's all hobby related. There you go, mate. There's a link for the Facebook group. Feel free to click it and join. It's free. And bung some photos in, because I'm doing a gallery show this Wednesday, 2 p.m. UK time. See what I did there. And I'll show it off and let people see the world of model railway in, because I sit and watch people like Anfield Road and people like that do model railways, and I do find it interesting, and the detail and all the landscaping that people do, and yeah.
Did you mean Sunday? I think it said Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm doing a Sunday show, mate.
Yeah, no, you said this Wednesday, so I'm doing a gallery this Wednesday.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for stopping me mid thing there and letting me know, mate. No problem. It's this Sunday. I thought I said this Sunday 1400, but there you go.
No, it took. It was like only when you finished talking, I was like, wait, did he say Wednesday?
I don't know what I said, mate, but you know, there you go. If anyone's going to correct me when I'm wrong, it's going to be you.
Well, I thought I'd better add, because if it was, then people might think.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think I said Wednesday, but there you go. If I did, I did. Yeah, I'll shut up now.
No, better to let you know, so people don't get confused.
Edward says, if it happens, Cole, you miss what has happened. Oh, right. What I'll do going forward is I keep the YouTube window up. If it flags up that an advert's coming, I should just stop doing anything for a couple of minutes. How long do the ads run, out of interest? Is it a single ad or what? You know, because...
Normally typically about 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah, if you're missing a couple of minutes of the stream, I should just pause and just wait. So,
yeah.
Because it's the first time this has happened to me on the stream, and I'm not sure what you're experiencing as viewers. Yeah. So if I keep the YouTube window up and it then flags up an advert's coming, but unless I have to have it in the live studio that an advert's coming, I don't know.
But that's the thing. It's like, I understand like adverts in pre-recorded content, because it just pauses the content, shows the ad, and then goes back to it. But in a live stream, you're missing minutes of actual live content. So it makes no sense at all, because then you've got some schmuck doing his live stream, talking away to his audience, and his audience have just gone away for a minute because they're having to watch an advert. That sounds nonsense. It's annoying.
I mean, I've just literally seen one just pop up there, but there was no warning given to me that it was even coming.
No.
Yeah, John Christmas
Is there
has
people-
just got advert. Yeah, I've just seen one pop up on the screen, but I get no warning this end, so I'm going to put the stream into my YouTube studio and see whether it gives me an alert then. But it's something I'm going to look into.
So that'd be rubbish for me because I've not got the fast enough broadband where I can watch the stream and stream it out at the same time. So I haven't got enough broadband speed capability to actually, or bandwidth to actually be able to watch the stream while I'm streaming it. So
No, it's just one of those annoying things that, because it's obviously my first stream back. So yeah, it's one of them.
Seems a bit stupid to do them in live streams, really.
I think it is. I think it's a bit pants myself. So I will have a looky-loo to see if there's anything that we can change, because that's a pain in the arse, should I say. I very nearly said something else. But there's no way I can switch them off. There's not an off button.
No.
You can delay an ad by pausing it, but it'll only pause it for 10 minutes. So yeah, that's...
And it's like, imagine somebody doing like a giveaway, and the winner is, and then an advert comes on and nobody ever finds out who the winner is.
Well, yeah, I find it problematic because, if I'm honest, I find it a little bit invasive because I haven't got a choice.
Yeah.
And that's what's annoying me. It's almost that your control has been taken away from you. So, yeah,
I mean,
ads on a live stream for me is a step too far from them, to be honest. But
yeah.
I'll see what I can do, folks. Obviously, I can't do anything at the moment because the stream is set and running. So,
yeah.
But I'll certainly look to see if there's something I can change for Sunday because pain in the arse. Edward says, yeah, it's a bunch of, on lives. Mate, honestly, don't shoot the messenger, mate. There's nothing I can do about it.
No.
The only other way is demonetising me channel, and then there's no point in me doing anything then, is there?
No. And they know they've got you over a barrel because all the other streaming providers are garbage. I would never stream on Twitch. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nonsense. So, dropping.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying because obviously, but I'll see whether there's a way that it can be minimalised. But TJ says the ads that he saw were no skip facility. Okay, mate. Well, like I say, I'll change it now that the stream's set, but I'll certainly look to see if there's any settings that can be modified. I mean, did you have any options when you set the E-Models stream up? Because... Yeah.
I can't remember what it said. It was one of those things because I was only half awake and I was like, just press some buttons. Yeah. So I can't remember what it said. It may have said something and I didn't notice.
Yeah.
And we may have actually had adverts in the middle of it. I don't even know. So.
No, that's right. You know, and I haven't watched the E-Model show back yet, so I don't know.
No.
Yeah. Edward says, just make sure you get paid, Cole. Absolutely, mate. I mean, I don't know whether it's for them, for me.
Just one of them
PJ says, didn't mean to trigger anyone, Cole. I just wanted to hear your opinion, that's all. No, mate, I mean, I'm pissed off that YouTube have done it, to be honest with you. Because I think that we should, as YouTubers, at least have the control to switch it off. Because, so I find that a little bit invasive that they've done it, but not giving me a choice whether I can deactivate it. So there might be something buried away in a menu somewhere where you can. I don't know, because...
Maybe they give you an option to set when you want the advert to happen, so in advance or something. Even that's rubbish, but...
Yeah, I mean, again, sucks. The streams were put up and, there you go. But I've not had a chance to explore it yet, so, No.
Yes.
So, am I happy about it? No.
Can we do anything? No.
No, but it's a bit... I don't know. I just think it's a bit dictatorial of them to put something on there and impose it and enforce it and not give you the choice as a monetized channel to disable it because, yeah. Hey ho, you know, and I'm not going to demonetize the whole channel because there'll be no way I can earn an income then.
No.
But certainly on the live stream, no, I don't like it. I've had me wibble. I've done me half garnet.
There you go. All done.
It's certainly annoying because, like I say, if there's a giveaway or anything like that, you're not, you know, I'm not getting no prompt coming up. Well, because this is the problem with it, right? Now, I'm now going to have to keep one eye on the screen over there just to see whether a prompt comes up that an advert's coming. I mean, how are you supposed to host when you're especially something like this, where you're going to have to keep stopping every 2 minutes to look at the monitor to see whether the viewers are getting hit with an advert? It's
just garbage, isn't it?
It's BS to me, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, if there's nothing we can change or set, I think for me it'll just be a case of, oh well, it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm not happy with it. But yeah.
Yeah, the annoying thing is, like I say, you know, say for instance the Wednesday shows where we've had giveaways.
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah, the winner is, and suddenly an advert comes up. We don't know as the hosts that channel has disappeared.
Yep.
Unless we keep saying, just got to stop for a sec, folks, to look at the screen to see whether an advert's going to come. To me, that's BS.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've had me wibble. I'll see what I can do for Sunday.
It'll be one of those things that viewers either just get used to and forget all about, or that enough people raise a stink that YouTube take it off or change it. But
absolutely, Edward says, don't worry about it, Carl. Just see if you can turn it off and then let it be. Absolutely, Edward. Yeah, it's, you know what I'm like though. I get agitated because it bothers me that people are unhappy, but don't take it out on me. I can't control it. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, they'll see it everywhere though if it's everybody. So
yeah,
I guess.
Have any of the other streamers out there had this? I don't know.
Probably.
It's just annoying. Mysterious Mechanic, what's Fox doing as in with the little people? Yeah.
I am, mostly. These are my Steel Legion, Armageddon Steel Legion dudes. They are small metal miniatures, and I am at the moment in the process of doing all the base colours. There's 40 of them, 40 odd of them. I'm just laying down the base colours. So they look like garbage at the minute because I've literally got the base colour of the sandy base colour down. I'm doing a brown for the gloves and boots, a dark grey blue for the trousers, and then I've got loads of other details to paint in. And then once all the base colours are done, I can start doing the washes and then the highlights and all other things. So at the moment, I'm just laying down... I know a lot of it you can't see because I'm holding it like that, but I'm just laying down base colours right now for the gloves and trousers.
Yeah.
And it's very slow work. When you're doing like a whole platoon, it takes forever.
Yeah.
There are ways you can paint little miniatures like this fast, but I can't do that. So it's a case of painting 80 sets of gloves and 80 sets of boots, and then go back and do 80 sets of trousers.
Mate, mate, yeah, you're going to go
then do 80
crazy.
great coats. Well, it's kind of enjoyable, but it's not a fast process.
No.
And it just happens that the colours I'm using, they're not that opaque on the first coat, so I've got to sit here and carefully go over them a few times.
Yeah.
So it's slow business. But right now I'm doing gloves and boots and boots and gloves and gloves and boots.
Get your boots and gloves here, folks, for £8 a £1.
Yeah. Now there's a YouTube channel that I really miss.
What?
Glove and Boots.
Okay.
It was like a channel where they had the two hosts on the channel of puppets, but it was hilarious. It was for adults, it wasn't a kids thing. It wasn't for kids, it was an adult thing. But then they kind of all went their own ways and it died off. And
Aww.
I miss Mario and Fafa. It was a great channel.
As most of these channels do, though, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. He says, all right. He says, wow. Yeah.
So these guys will look brilliant when I finished them. It's just for the first 6 months of painting, they'll look absolute garbage. It's what me and Colin say to everybody all the time is don't get discouraged when you're in the early stages of painting something, because whatever you're painting, until you get on a miniature, until you get the first lot of washes down, or on a car or something else, until you get all the stuff put together, they're always going to look terrible because it's not cohesive.
No.
Especially on a miniature, when you're doing washes and things, the washes will hide all the little wobbly bits of paint where it's not quite straight and not quite neat.
You're wobbly paint.
You're made of wobbly paint.
I like being made of wobbly paint.
Yeah, they kind of give you a bit of a buffer zone where you can paint something, all the base colours, and get them down and think that looks like a 5-year-old painted it, but you know that when you put the wash on, it'll hide all those sins and it'll look like a masterpiece.
A mysterious mechanic says, "How long?" Yeah, this is Foxx, mate. This is Foxx.
Yeah.
No, it's one of them. It can take a long time to do paint.
If I was painting these all in one big session, like in one go, I'd probably take me, I don't know, I never painted this many dudes in one go, and I painted like a squad of 10 Space Marines in like about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
But that was really to a good high standard. But I don't know, painting this many dudes, because what you can't see, I'll pull the camera back so you can see how many there are. It's that, there's all these guys, plus those guys there, and all those guys there. There's like 40 of them, plus 6 heavy weapons units. So to paint all of this, if I was in one go, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe. If I was doing it to not just a tabletop standard, I'm guessing.
It's that parade ready, you know, and things like that, then yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
Did I just do a Warhammer quote? I did, didn't I?
I think you did, yeah. I'd probably do display standard.
Yeah.
For these. If I was playing them, I'd do tabletop standard, because there's no point. Because they're metal miniatures and the paint always wants to come off, but because there's something special, I want to do a proper full-on paint job. So these will be display standard, I think. Not competition level, because I'm not that good a painter.
Yeah.
I ain't that good. We're not talking Golden Demon quality here. We're talking display standard.
Yeah. PJ says every model goes through its ugly stage and then something magical happens when it all comes together. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it, mate.
I've said it before when I'm drawing like comic book art stuff, but proper with like, you know, watercolours and inks and stuff.
Yeah.
The first ink, you pencil it in, then you do the ink layer just with that fine ink line, just to rough in the ink lines.
Yeah.
And then you put the watercolours down. They look like garbage.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage. But then you put the final ink lines on and all the cross-hatching and black areas and shading and stuff, and then it just looks fine then.
Yeah, comes together, doesn't it?
Yeah, tiny thin lines and watercolours looks like it's been painted by a 5-year-old. I miss doing that. I've not done that for a very, very long time. Ink and watercolour. Yeah. Comic book art. Really not done that. I miss the smell of the paper.
Oh, right, yeah.
I got some proper professional, the brand's called Lash. It's this proper pre-stretched cotton paper.
Yeah.
And the idea is that when you get it, you get a sheet and it's got all the rugged edges because it's all just like ripped into pieces.
Oh, right.
The idea is that with normal like cartridge paper or whatever you use, you have to, or watercolour paper, you have to, basically you soak it.
Mm-hmm.
You spend years doing this, ages doing this every time. You soak it, you get an A4 sheet, then you put it onto a drawing board and you stretch it flat and you tape it in place with water gum tape.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you let it dry for like 2 days, 3 days, and it crumples up and then stretches out and flattens. And that's stretching your paper. And then when you use watercolours on it, it doesn't then go all buckly because the paper's already pre-stretched. You've pre-stretched it. So with this paper, you didn't need to do that because it was cotton-based stuff, and it didn't buckle when you wet it. And if it did buckle a little bit, it just flattened out again. And it was great, but it smelled like a wet dog. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It literally smelled exactly like wet dog. And after using that for many years, it became quite a comforting smell. Get the watercolours out, there you go. Oh, there's that wet dog smell. I'm home now. But I'd forgotten all those years I spent like stretching the paper onto my drawing board and taping it in place, leaving it for 2 days before I could even start drawing on it. Oh, God, I've forgotten about that. Oh, the memories. The memories.
Edward Leonard says, took me 48 hours to paint the red gobbo and bounce. Yeah, I well believe it, mate.
People paint at different speeds. It just depends what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, you look at some of the you know, competition painters, people that do things for, like, you know, the Slayer Sword or the Golden Demons or whatever the Crystal Brush or whatever the different competitions are. And you can have people there that will paint one miniature, like one figure, and they can spend weeks painting just that one figure, but that's because they're doing it to a ridiculously high standard.
Yeah.
But it's like we said before, you know, if you're enjoying it and it's fun, do it to whatever standard.
That's the thing.
You enjoy.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's good to be a competition painter, but dare I say it, for me, it wouldn't be fun, because if you're spending that amount of time desperately trying to win a competition, are you having fun with the work? Because it becomes a chore, or it would to me. That's why I don't do competition stuff.
I mean, there are people that paint. There are people that paint to that level just for the fun of it, without ever going near competitions, and that's also absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But if you're a player and you want to play the game, painting this army to, like, competition standard would take you months. You'd never play the game.
Absolutely. John Alec is off. He says, see you next Friday, or if Colin does Sunday. Yeah, I've got a Sunday stream penciled in for this Sunday, mate. So, yeah. So you're more than welcome. John, Mysterious Mechanics off to sleep. It's 1:46 a.m. here. No worries, mate. I'm in the UK as well, geez.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll be coming off at 2 a.m. anyway, because that'll be my limit.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I've got a show penciled in for Sunday provisionally, so fingers crossed we'll be live.
The way I look at, like, the paint job you do on a miniature is, I see it no different to any other form of art. Because you always look at, like, miniatures that, there's competition standard, there's tabletop standard, there's display standard.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's I primed it and that's your lot. But it's not that restrictive, because it's no different painting a miniature than it is painting a painting on a canvas or drawing a picture on paper or any kind of art. And if you go into a gallery and look at art, two-dimensional art, there's loads of different styles and techniques and methods.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's nothing that says a painting has to be painted like X, Y, or Z. That's why you can go from a gallery and go from impressionists to vorticists to cubists to all these different styles of paint, and it's all art. There's nothing wrong. So, and obviously with miniatures, you're painting a thing that's either real or exists or is meant to be something that exists. So that's a bit more restricting. But at the end of the day, paint it to whatever level makes you happy.
Paint it so that you're happy.
Yeah.
PJ says laters to Mr. Mysterious Mechanic. Sorry, I just wanted to keep up the chat there.
No, that's fine. No, don't worry about that. So, yeah. So, paint it in what way makes you happy.
Exactly.
But the one golden rule of miniature painting that I would say is vitally important: if you can't paint eyes, don't paint eyes.
Yeah.
Until you can paint eyes.
Yeah. Turn it upside down.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I know that no matter what I do, I cannot paint eyes. I haven't got the eyesight. I haven't got the manual dexterity, and I hate spending hours painting a face and then ruining all that work with a really funky eye that looks terrible.
Yeah.
I have to repaint the whole thing. So if you know your limits, if you can't paint eyes, it's probably best you don't paint eyes.
Yeah, don't bother. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're just doing tabletop level or something like that. Just don't bother. It's stressful and you'll stress out trying to. But just.
I think they've got it. Don't paint eyes.
Yeah. If you can paint now, it's brilliant.
Go on.
No, go on, finished.
John Christmas says he's watching baseball. The pitcher's just been hit by the ball at 100 mile an hour. Bit of claret on his head. Ooh, nasty.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, that ain't good. Yeah. Edward says it wasn't 40 hours because I'm painting to a standard. It's 40 hours because I'm blind. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing. We are men of a certain age, and yeah.
We're older. We're men of a very large age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Oh, bless you.
Although I will say, and you'll agree with me, I think, on this, Colin, a thing that a lot of people overlook. I've just actually been painting this guy. I've just realised for the last 45 minutes my lens has been up. I've not been using my lenses.
Oh, really? You spud.
And yeah, I've been quite happily painting this dude.
Yeah.
And one thing that a lot of people don't realise or overlook when they're painting stuff and they think to themselves, I'm terrible, I can't paint, my work sucks, everybody else is better, is to not beat yourself up too much, because you would not believe how much difference good brushes actually makes.
Yeah.
You might be painting something and think you're the worst painter in the world, but you might be painting with brushes that are absolute garbage. And if you switch to brushes that are actually decent, you might be surprised how much difference that will actually make.
Yeah.
Like, I was really struggling to paint fine detail stuff until I got decent brushes, and I'm like, wait, now I can actually paint fine detail stuff? Oh, it's actually enjoyable. Wait, I can do it. So don't underestimate the power
of decent brushes.
Yeah, if you got your brushes from the pound shop and they look like yard brushes in small scale, that's probably why you're struggling to paint things. Small things.
Oh yeah. You know, if I'm doing busts or Warhammer figures with detailed faces, then yeah, I'll get the toads out. But
yep.
You know, it's one of them, innit?
Because you've said it to me before, haven't you? Before we even knew about things like broken toads and stuff and the art, you've said to me before that when you finally got yourself some decent brushes, you're like, whoa, what?
Well, yeah, because obviously I did most of my detail stuff with airbrushes, so brush painting for me is quite a new thing because I've never really been a brush painter. It was airbrush out, but you can't always do that on lives. And
no.
So, yeah, I found it really interesting doing an airbrush-looking paint job, but with a paintbrush. It's all new technique for me. So this is why when we did the Lehman Russ, I was keen to learn that, because I would have done it with an airbrush.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And for me, that whole technique was born out of laziness because I couldn't be bothered getting the airbrush out so long. And I knew dry brushing was limited, so I was like, can I tweak this in any way that makes the dry brushing better and also saves me getting the damn airbrush out?
Yeah.
Funnily enough, it did. But yeah, like, never underestimate the amazing power of good brushes. It just makes things easier.
It's a game changer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you're trying to ride a bike with square wheels. It's really hard. You think you're rubbish at it. Try getting some circular wheels. You'll be amazed how easily it is now to, up your skills. There's lots of good brands out there. Anything that says starter brush, just burn it.
Yeah.
Games Workshop starter brush, burn it. It's not worth the money. Any unbranded stuff, just burn them.
Yeah. You know, you've got your Broken Toads, your Artist Opuses, your Winsor & Newton Series 7s. You know, they're brushes you want if you want to do serious paint.
Yeah. I mean, people knock the GW brushes. I think they're all right. They're not the best in the world. They're a little bit pricey, but, I mean, like we said before, though, when you get into really good brush territory, you're going to have to spend some money.
Yeah.
So that's what we're saying. You can't really skimp on brushes that much because, bad brushes struggle to make a decent paint job. So, but a lot of people don't realise the Games Workshop Artificer brush is actually a Winsor & Newton Series 7.
Yeah, I know.
Relabeled.
It's when you hear someone that says, I used to use an Artificer, but I got a Winsor & Newton Series 7 instead. And you're like, it's the same brush.
It's actually literally the same brush made by the same people in the same brush making place.
Right.
And it's exactly the same brush.
Yeah. And just part of you just wants to go, yeah.
Bless. So yeah, if you are struggling, either you're struggling to be happy with the quality of your brush painting, or you're struggling to learn and get confident with brush painting. In the same way we say don't use a real crappy disposable airbrush if you're just starting out.
Yeah.
Don't use crappy brushes. Don't use brushes that come with paints.
No,
that's right. Rubbish.
You know, and if you want to be serious, then obviously you've got your broken toads, your artist opuses and things like that, because you know, people will go, oh, but they're so expensive. Yeah, but quality is expensive at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you want to do good paint jobs, use good brushes. Good brushes cost you more money because they're handmade by little old ladies in down south somewhere.
Yeah.
It is the nature of things. Right, I think I'll go over their trousers once more because there's not really time to start another one now. So, well, I've done at the same time less than I thought I would do in 2 hours, and also more.
Oh,
which doesn't make any. It kind of makes no sense, but it does.
Yeah.
You know, I've realised I actually really miss drawing on artist paper with watercolours and inks. For so many years.
You were saying that earlier on, weren't you, that you was missing that, the pen and ink?
And just thinking about it now after saying all that, it's like, you know, I really do miss it.
Yeah.
I wonder if I used to do... I used to actually do the ink outlines I used to do with the dip nib.
Oh, right, yeah.
The actual steel nib thing that you dip it in your ink and then you...
Yeah.
And it took me a long time before I progressed from that to go to actual using brushes for the thicker outlines.
Yeah.
And that was an eye-opener. So I got to the point where I could confidently just like go on a drawing and not destroy it.
Mysterious Mechanic Skovsky, no worries. It's off. He says, hope to see you then. No worries, mate. You're more than welcome. We'll literally be coming off air in about 3 minutes. So, yeah. Yeah.
Don't forget, folks, if you want to help Festa and keep him doing stuff like this, keep him supported, there's several ways you can do it. Obviously, first of all, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're always notified when a new stream pops up. You can support him on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop. There's all links in the description below. And you can become a patron there and support him. Or you can become a channel member on YouTube by clicking the link in the description below the video. Either way, you're helping to support his channel, and you get loads of freebies and extras and stuff like that for your support as well. You get access to the live 24/7 Hangout and Zoom Hangout and Facebook chat. But most of all, just like and subscribe as well. Make sure you watch the content. And if you are watching his streams and adverts do come on, just, if you can, watch the advert. It helps him out massively.
Yeah, so I shall look at seeing whether there's anything that can be changed, but I don't hold up much. Because
it'll be one of those things that we just have to get used to him being there, I think.
Yeah. But,
but
dish it out the apologies, but it is beyond my control.
Yeah. The alternatives are stream on Twitch, or I'd rather eat my own face.
Yeah. Marcy says the number 7 brush was created for Queen Victoria. Good factoid.
Yes. Winsor & Newton inks are some of the best inks.
Oh, yeah.
I used to use their inks. Great.
Yeah.
I used to love their inks. I used to use Winsor & Newton India ink, black India ink. It had a drawing of a spidery dude on the front with lots of arms with nibs. Oh, I'll have to... See, now I haven't got any of my stuff left. I'd have to actually go and buy like ink and nibs and watercolours, and it's like, I had so many tube watercolours. I knew all the things. I knew if I needed a colour, I knew how to mix it and how to make it and how exactly to apply the watercolour and how many coats it would take to get a nice solid...
I'm proud of you.
I miss that so much. I miss that so much. See, then, because I used to do that, but then I started just doing digital stuff and it went from there, really. So
that's the thing, wasn't it? You know, I mean, when I used to do caricatures years ago,
Oh, yeah.
And it's something I really, really miss doing. But once my shakes and twitches become like they are, that was one of the first things that suffered. So
I didn't know you had an artistic bent like that. I'm quite impressed.
yeah, I used
Quite intrigued,
to do commission caricatures, mate, and portraits.
Got you to do with me.
I used to do portraits of people, and then do them people as characters. They might have wanted to be a superhero, so I would draw them as a superhero. I used to do celebrity caricatures of sports people and all of that lot. It's something I used to do. And
a little bit of dark history there that we didn't know about.
I thought you knew that.
No, I didn't know.
No, I've got loads of them on me walls. Me family have got loads of different ones that I did of their favourite musicians and things like that. But
what was your medium of choice for these things?
Anything, pen and ink. To be quite honest with you,
Cool.
Used to sit and do them. I used to do pastel work. I used to do pencil drawings.
Well, I didn't know you had this artistic bent to you. I'm quite intrigued now.
Yeah, well, it's something that I no longer can do, so therefore I don't really talk about it because it gives me the that I can't do it now. Because
that makes sense.
And I had a look at doing them sort of things on Photoshop, and it's not the same, mate. That's not the same doing it digitally as it is manually. For me, there's no fun doing it that way. So,
I mean, when I first started doing digital, I'd never used Photoshop before, and I didn't start on Photoshop. There was some other painting program. It was on Windows.
Yeah,
I think it was what's it called? Painter Classic. It was called.
Yeah.
And it was specifically designed to emulate traditional artist techniques like watercolours, charcoal paint, pastels.
Yeah.
And I was fiddling with that, and its watercolours were actually so good for the time, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So good that I was like, I could actually not have to use watercolours at this point. This would be a very easy, lazy way to do stuff, draw cartoon stuff.
Jeff saying, I'm loving the game truck. I could see people flocking to it. He says, what kind of music? Well, it'd have Motorhead the game for a start because it's a game truck. Yeah, it's coming together reasonably well. It's got Xbox X games and stuff on there. It's a cute little variant. It's got some detail painting to finish off, but I shall do that next week because it's that time that I've got to start wrapping up because I'm on a 2-hour time limit at the moment.
Yes, and I'll start nagging you if you don't. So you don't want me nagging you.
No, under risk of pain of death from H. So, yeah. AJ says, great to see you back on the telly box. See you on Sunday. Memo to self, post pics of latest finish builds. Yes, folks, I'll be back on Sunday doing a gallery show for you all. So tune in for that.
Yeah, make sure you get your photos posted in the group nice and early, or if you're James, 2 minutes before.
So he did there. But no, it is really nice to be back, and again, thanks to every single one of you that reached out and inquired after me. I know it was a bit sudden, my disappearance, but it was an emergency situation. So
that's how sudden illnesses actually happen, suddenly.
Yeah. I shall endeavour to have a look at the advert settings, but I don't hold up too much hope that YouTube are going to let me change anything. But apologies if it peed you off, but again, it's something we can't control. So
no, I suspect it'll be an inevitability, I think.
Yeah, it seems that way. Me paint away. So massive thanks to every single one of you that has come in and kept me and Fox company. Obviously, thanks to Fox for coming back and putting up with my absences and things like that this year.
From me, I say it's good to have you back, buddy. I've missed you.
Absolutely.
I've missed this. I've missed because this, if nothing else, this gets me. It's hanging out with you because you're my buddy, and that's important. But also, at the very least, it gets me at the bench doing something which
exactly
is quite hard nowadays.
Exactly. So I will
that
post
van
a
looks-
picture. I will post a picture of this up in my own gallery so people can see it a bit closer as to what everything's about.
That's looking
on it.
mint. I've just looked at it now. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, look at that. I love it.
Isn't it? It's a cute little thing, isn't it? And that's all my own decals I've done. So yeah.
All my own work.
So yeah, it's different. It's a little game box. Even on the fruit machine, on the little dials there are little tiny festas. See?
Why does that not surprise me?
Because why not? So yeah. So there you go, folks. So that's what I've been up to. Big pleasure to see you all. Big pleasure to be back live on air. I have missed it, as Fox knows. Yep. I was going to stream last week, but wasn't quite ready. I needed a little bit more time.
Yeah.
So
and it was too hot here anyway for me.
Yeah, it was too hot. But you know, at the end of the day, yeah. So we'll be back Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time for a nice gallery show. So get your photos put in, folks, and we will see you then. So until then,
remember if you're a patron, remember you can join in as well. So look for a link in the 24/7 live chat hangout.
Absolutely. So until then, folks, we'll catch up with you on Sunday. Is it E-Models Monday this week, Fox?
Yes, it
so
is.
There'll be an E-Models show on Monday, and then we'll be back Wednesday for some Baneblade goodness, if you're up for it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So, yeah, I'll do the E-Models show. See how I am after doing the extra show, because that'll be three shows in quick succession, and then that'll then let us know whether I'm up for doing the Wednesday. So provisionally, there's a Wednesday show, but I'll see how I am.
Yeah.
All right, folks, and we will see you Sunday. Bye bye for now.
Take care, everyone. Big hugs. Adios, amoebas.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.